I got the moves. I got the moves. I'm making moves. You gotta move. You gotta make the city move. Like, whoa. I make the city move. I got the move.
I was planning on making a video on Ja Morant today, but that's going to have to wait. Because so far this season, Karl-Anthony Towns has been absolutely balling. I know it's only been 2 games, but I just had to talk about this man. And no, don't worry, I'm not going to be jumping to any conclusions or irrational predictions off of just those 2 games. That's not what this video is about. In today's video, I'm going to be looking at Karl-Anthony Towns' career so far, his strengths and weaknesses, what I think he can achieve in the NBA, and his NBA comparison, as well as discuss his potential of winning an MVP in the near future. If you're new here and enjoy the video, be sure to subscribe for more NBA content. But with that being said, let's talk about Karl-Anthony Towns.
Lucas.
Karl-Anthony Towns was the #1 overall pick in the 2015 NBA draft and is now in his 5th NBA season. From day dot, he's been a dominant beast, averaging 18 points and 10 boards in his rookie year, then upping that to 25 points per game in his sophomore year, before slightly regressing but still dominating the next couple of seasons. He's already a multiple-time All-Star, a top 2 or 3 center in the league, and was the best center a couple of seasons ago, until Embiid and Jokic came round to their ultimate forms. So far though, Towns' career has been amazing and historical, and has steadily improved his game throughout his time in the NBA. And as we've seen so far again this season, he is still getting better. In the opening game for the Timberwolves, Towns dropped 36 points in a narrow win over the Brooklyn Nets, yet this performance is getting overlooked a bit due to Kyrie's fantastic game himself. It really shouldn't though, because Towns was just so good. And this game wasn't a fluke either, as he backed it up today with an insane performance over the Charlotte Hornets, dropping 37 points, 15 rebounds, 8 assists, 4 steals and 2 blocks on great efficiency from the field. It was unreal. I get it, it's Charlotte, probably the worst team in the league, but a near 40-point triple-double is a near 40-point triple-double. Something like that can't be made excuses for. His start to this season has been insane. And no, I'm not saying he will continue this streak, but it's clear Towns is ready to try take the Wolves to the playoffs. What are the strengths and weaknesses of Karl-Anthony Towns though? What does he do to help the Wolves, and what can he improve on? His biggest strength is his offensive game and versatility. Towns' skill set on offense is ridiculous and extremely versatile. He can shoot from deep, he can finish at the rim well, he's elite in pick and rolls, he has just so many different weapons he can use to destroy any opposition. Another strength of Towns is his 3-point shot, which he's been constantly improving since entering the league. Last season, he upped it to 42% from 36% the year before on 3.5 attempts per game, which is great and is something good to have in today's NBA particularly. Cat has weaknesses too though. He's not very explosive and his defense does need some fine tuning. I will admit, his defense used to be a lot worse, but it has improved over the last year I'd say. Towns also gets into a lot of foul trouble. I believe he was like 2nd in fouls committed last season, so he really needs to cut that down if he wants to be productive and effective on defense. But what will Cat achieve in the NBA? What will his resume look like once his career is all said and done? I can easily see Towns having at least 4 or 5 more All-Star appearances. I think that's fair to say. I also think he'll crack an All-NBA team and make 3 to 5 throughout his NBA career. I also think it's very possible for him to win an MVP or at the very least be a candidate for it. If we're really being honest here, Towns could arguably be in the running for the MVP at the very least next season and potentially even this year if the Wolves keep winning. It's unlikely, but unfortunately though, it will become even more increasingly unlikely if his support cast doesn't lift or change. Karl-Anthony Towns can't carry the load himself. Wins play a big role in who wins MVP, and with the Wolves' current roster, it's going to be very hard for Towns to win. Let's be real. Yes, they won their first 2, that's a good sign, but there's 80 to go. Towns has stats and potential to get to that level, that MVP candidate level. He just needs better help and players around him. Apart from that, I do believe he is ready to take that next step and get on that level, and has done so in the opening 2 games of the season. It is a good sign. For an NBA comparison, it's pretty hard, but I'm going to have to go with Anthony Davis. Before you dislike the video now, the 2 players are obviously quite different, but at a basic level, both are great stretch big men with good post-up games. Davis is better defensively, and I won't say this is a perfect comparison either, but at the very base of it, they are similar. Again, it was hard to find an accurate current NBA player to compare Towns to, but that's the best I have. Let me know who you think Towns is most similar to down in the comments below. Overall though, Towns is an all-star big man with still a ton of potential to fill. He's an all-star, near all-NBA player with no question, but the next thing he needs to do is lift himself to that elite MVP candidate level. Personally, if he keeps up what he's doing right now, I think he can get there. All he needs is extra support from his teammates and get those wins up, which will be a struggle in such a tough Western Conference, but ultimately, he's proven he can get up to that level. It's just up to guys like Wiggins now to try help get the wins he needs to put himself in the conversation for that illustrious MVP award. But that will conclude the video. What do you guys think of this? How good is Karl-Anthony Towns to you? Can he become an MVP candidate in the future? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop it a like and subscribe. But with that being said, I am out. Peace.